Hey everybody, thanks for coming to another video. I'm that old panda. So, what are we talking about today? Well, talking about something that has been requested by some of you, and I really appreciate the comments and the suggestions that are coming in, and keep them coming, as we've got lots of things that we could talk about, especially in the gaming world with all these great titles and all these new games that are coming out, with how crazy kind of the industry is. But yeah, if there's something of interest to you, let me know and we'll make it happen. James Sunderland, Silent Hill 2 Remake. So, this particular character is very complicated based on not just, you know, his signs and how he acts and everything in the world of Silent Hill, but he's also a very complicated character because it's based on the ending that you, as the user player, decides. And we're going to go through a number of things of what James could be, his intent with the Silent Hill 2 remake, and him and his journey focused on 4 different ways of interpretation based on everything in the game. I'll be going over the reflection, the thoughts, with no psychological background. I mean, I have a rudimentary class that I took in college. I am not by any means a psychologist. I just go based on signs, information, and things that are in the remake, and that includes only what's in the remake. Places outside of the remake itself does not count for this particular analysis of Mr. James Sunderland in the Silent Hill 2 remake. So let's get into it. So there's one of 4 ways that I would interpret what James is feeling for Silent Hill. First of all, let's talk about the most common one that I think most would, and I would honestly think most likely is James a victim of his own life circumstance. It's no secret that James ultimately helped his wife move on, and this has been proven in the game, obviously with footage. And in this proven path for James, he's just a tired kind of older man investigating to find out if his wife could possibly be alive from the letter and the signs of his wife echoing through the radio, and meet her at their special place. He has zero to no interest at all in Maria, and he has a ever-loving loyalty to his wife, knowing the possibility that she possibly could be alive with the sicknesses past her and waiting his return. Holding on to her through memories and things that remind him of her, including Laura, as this seems to be the most common ending with James in circumstance. Towards the end, when he comes to finally with the realization that his wife really is dead from the sickness, and forcing the passing that he performed was based on a mercy that she requested and that she wanted, not any selfish reasons, but because of the fact that she didn't want to endure and she didn't want to actually feel the pain anymore. Being there for others, he's always wanting the best that he can be as far as being a protector, as he, you know, works with Angela, Eddie, and others in a non-forgiving world with more sadness and fear. And with this particular side of James, or most common, most would think, is that he's going to live the rest of his life as a widower, coming to the truth that Mary is in a much better place and moving on, and having Laura kind of join him, as they both think very fondly of Mary, you know, happily, and they continue to wonder and be together as either a form, I guess, of a father and daughter. The second interpretation, James, that you could take is James more or less of the guilty. Knowing that what he did to Mary, he did for selfish reasons. Knowing he wanted to move on from Mary, as she was a much better person than him, and it made him feel small, angry even. And come to the realization that women, or others in his life, is very meaningless. Playthings, small pleasures to be discarded after time, and to him that's okay. To him, Mary, Maria, Angela, Eddie, and even Laura are just meaningless. He favors the ending with Maria, as he mentions to her that that cough should get looked at, even though he knows deep down that it's going to end the same. The same discarding of Maria, as he moves on from her when she is at her worst, just like he did to Mary. For him to find another small pursuit and small prize with temporary effect.
Better do something
and
about that cough.
this is it's probably one of the worst. James, the hopeful of the supernatural, is the third type, as he sticks out and having kind of hope with all parties considered except Laura, and kind of making sure that everybody is happy. James going to Silent Hill to hope that Mary's alive and well past her sickness, and he has the hope that carrying along through all the challenges and issues and stuff that he passes through, that he will find her and live the rest of his life with her, going through any lengths to bring her back to what she was before. Even if that means living in a fake, drug-induced world of the living with her in the footage, bringing her back from the dead from a small ritual on an island, or even driving himself into the lake to meet her in their own special place through and through. This will usually kind of come in most of those other endings that are more of the supernatural kind, and where the hope kind of just blinds his madness for ensuring that, making sure that Marie is alive and well, and they will going forward. The fourth and final version of James, Psycho or the serial killer. The final resolution or type of guy that James is, he's going back to Silent Hill, ensuring his action of having her pass never comes out, ensuring the passing those he runs into, ensuring no evidence is ever taken out of Silent Hill to point that he was the one that caused her to pass, and he did it for known and selfish reasons, just so that he didn't have to be hitched, just so that he can continue his spree of destruction by ensuring, all this destruction of the tape, making sure that everything pointing to Mary being gone is extinguished and removed. This should include all of the final destructions of Angela, Eddie, and Laura being completely unaware of what happens, as well as the final passing of Maria as well, to ensure no loose ends are under the guise of meeting his wife, and planning the letter and ensuring that everything is up in flames. The ending of the dog, UFO, guilt-driven is very common. In the dog ending itself, the entire thing is constructed where the dog has the mastermind to not only seek affection, but his confession in the actions to dispense justice for whatever orcs sent the dog out there to try and obtain that confession or that particular explanation from James through the use of cuteness and manipulation of Silent Hill. But, that's all for interpretation, and it's also something that's probably the most out of the norm out of the rest of the endings, but could be a very big possibility. And I mean, if you want, I can dive more into other things, like why does it look like there's a pregnant lady in, the Heavens nightclub? Was Mary actually pregnant with a child before her passing? And other things in the world of Silent Hill. So if this particular video caused a little pique in your interest, feel free to comment down below and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one, and thanks for your time as we visit the world of Silent Hill.